Hello, Rebel G-Man Division 5B. I am your recapper Chugman Milk for the week, and I'm joined once again, of course, by Dr. Hep.
Hello.
Well, that was game week 3. We are now on to game week... Oh, no, it's game week 4, rather. We're now on to game week 5.
Yeah, exactly.
But the reason I said game week 3, because we had one game that we needed to cover still from game week 3 that we couldn't get during the recap, because they played later, and that was the Baltimore Ravens versus Umi's Electric Boogaloo.
Yep.
So that was Bottle Plop versus Rich's T.
Yep.
And that game ended 2-1. So congratulations to Bottle Plop. I think we predicted for it to either be a draw or maybe...
I believe I predicted it to be Rich's T's game.
Yeah, I think we did. But of course, we were proven wrong. So, hats off.
Yeah, hats off.
Unfortunately, there was a death sustained on the human side.
Yeah, it seems though that he has recovered from that one.
Yeah, he should be fine. It seems fairly equal. More blocks thrown by humans, which is kind of be expected. There were all in all more like armor breaks or results from the armor breaks on the human side, but you know, against the elves, this isn't necessarily a game of removals.
Yeah.
And from the 2-1 scoreline, seems like a pretty standard 2-1 grind. So bad luck, Richard's T. Well done, Bottle Plop. But you know, that's all in the past now, or the very, very ancient past. Now we look into the recent past with the game week just gone.
Exactly.
And we start with once again Bottle Plop and Zarhughes when they played their game, Dark Elves versus Skaven, for a 2-2 draw. Which is kind of stunning, because I predicted Zarhugh to be 1-1 again. But he's learned how to score a second touchdown, just too bad he couldn't get the win this time.
Yeah. I guess looking from the SPP range that are on both teams, it probably were like a kind of block-heavy game. And a passing game, for sure.
Yeah, the Dark Elves definitely did the vanity passes, it looks like. And 30 equal blocking, 37 blocks succeeded, 37 blocks succeeded. Yeah, I think this is one of the few games where both Skaven and Dark Elves can just act like straight up Bash teams, or 3 straight hybrid teams at Bash.
Yeah, exactly. And then I can see a world where the movement 10 rat did his job and scored. I gotta check up what the rat is called, because so we can see if it's scored or not. Because I'm kind of interested about that.
Yeah.
The rat itself is called Obelich. Has Obelich gained any SPP from that game? The 3 SPP that I'm talking about. Yeah, it has. So it scored once, and then it scored on something else as well. So I mean, the most likely I can see a world where the rat did score 1 touchdown first, a good touchdown, a slow one, and then the movement 10 came in and swooped in a second one, or the other way around.
That movement 10 really badly needs like its second level up though, so it can get sprint and just be a natural one-turner, kept on the bench forever, or you know, it gets something more. It should probably be sprint just to make it a natural one-turner, but you know, even block to keep it alive would be very much appreciated.
Very much so. I would suggest for Huge to maybe even look into buying a 5th lineman, so he can actually bench that rat.
Yeah, he needs to like focus when he gets money. If he hasn't like lost the really important positional, a lot of people would just hoard the money and like keep TV down a little bit. But I wouldn't mind him inflating his TV a lot with just line rats, because he really needs to just keep that on the bench at all times once that gets spread.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, at the state that it is now, he does got 120k.
Yeah.
Around, so.
Yeah. So that's
moving on to the next game, I guess.
Yeah, moving on. Yeah, definitely. We have a Bash versus Bash in Nurgle versus the Necromantic. Well, that's Control, actually. So it's Control versus Bash. Mego's very unlucky Necromantic versus Innovations.
Very lucky Nurgle, I would say.
Yeah, but this game week they weren't so lucky because they lost 1-0. Finally a win on the board for Mego, even if there is a bit of an iron price played for that in the death. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yep.
But from the looks of it, Innovation definitely had the better of the blocks, or was more successful in his blocks, or was more, I suppose the word is, on top of the Necromantic, but in the end, I guess the completely slow speed of the Necromantic compared to how fast a average Necromantic team can move, even on just a simple break, meant that the 1-0 was kind of the control team controlled you enough so you couldn't get on the pitch, and then boom, something happened in the next half.
Yeah, I feel like it probably was a slow game.
Yeah.
And kind of as we predicted as well, I would say. Because we kind of predicted a 1-1, a 0-1, someone along those lines.
Yeah, definitely. And from the looks of it, it was just sort of a game of intense kind of tactical positioning and blocking. Well done to Mego, of course. You know, he's had a very hard season, and he's continued to have a hard season, as we'll mention in a bit. But still, that means that his record goes, I think, to 1-1-2, which gets him ready for the surprise comeback into Dark Horse into playoffs.
Yeah,
maybe
it seems like so. Yeah.
Our next game is the humans versus the high elves, and this by humans we mean Rich's T's humans, the OG humans, and Nabla's really ridiculous high elves, and finally someone has knocked the winds out of the high elves, even if it's just a 2-2.
Yeah, I can see that the high elf team might be a higher valued coach than we thought. Maybe. He might have some more background to the team, to playing Blood Bowl than we thought.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, I knew no one apart from just Rich's T because of his reputation.
Legend. Yeah, exactly. And I knew most of the folks in here. I have heard even of King Can and Raving Ras and Mold. I mean, I've been around the crowd for a while.
Yeah.
But I never heard about Nominento, and I didn't know what to think of him, but I'm definitely now thinking that he's a better coach than we thought, and we should really watch out, because this game seems like on another level, kind of.
Yeah, he's really impressive. I mean, with high elves or with any kind of elves, there is a sort of an element of they have to be a bit fortunate, not too fortunate, because they're like one of the elf teams that have a armor. But the fact is that currently against some pretty hard opponents and some vicious teams, Nabla's been able to keep it sort of every game either very equal or just completely really exploit every opportunity that he's been given to score and to win. And that's by itself is impressive.
Very much so.
And in this game, in terms of the statistics, the blocks were a bit skewed towards humans, not massively, just a few blocks in it. But the injuries the injuries and KOs were like equal.
And the blocks should be more to the human side, I would say, since the humans are the bashy team out of these two.
Yeah, the natural guard would make the humans more bashy, but I would posit the idea that because I think Nabla's team has one or two instances of a guard, Nabla can give it.
It has one guard, I believe.
He can give it kind of as good as he can get it, because one guard is still pretty damn good and can get you out of a pinch.
Yeah, because his Blodge Step Blitzer, I don't know if that's new or not, has still got the Agile up, and that nasty ass thrower with movement 7 and Agile 5. Those two will mostly done the plays that needed to be done. Same with the guard lineman.
I think the sidestep's new. Well,
okay.
Maybe. I think I actually looked at the thing.
Spoiler, people.
Oh, spoiler. Yeah, I've ruined it. We're gonna have to now record the entire episode.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. The next episode. That's a good result for both of them, I think. Though. Both of them
very much is.
Both of them are up there for playoff contention, and they'll be happy that they got away with 1 point each.
Yeah.
But the next game now is the is Falcon Mercs Bretonians versus the Undead.
Yeah.
Viking Camp.
I don't really know how that game turned out at all.
Well, Mr. T got another MVP.
Oh no!
That's 4
That's
MVPs.
Zombie. That's zombie.
You can't fire him at this point. You
Jesus.
can't fire him at this point. You have to keep him. He's like the best player on the team. But oh my god, look at the statistics. 35 blocks to 69.
Oh Jesus!
So despite being completely outbashed, which isn't crazy because, you know, it's Bretonians versus Undead. The 1-1 scoreline. Also, the 4 injuries inflicted and a kill, 4 KOs inflicted. My god.
You might wanna take a swing over to the SPP line, because the Hounds of Nagash got some sweet SPP.
5, 3, 9.
That's like a lot of SPP on different people, though.
Yeah, that's 17 SPP on all normal, which, you know, obviously if you're an elf coach, whatever. But
yeah, but as an undead, that's a lot of SPP, mate.
Yeah, that is. Especially considering a lot of that is just 2 SPP on... Most of those I don't think are like mummies or mighty blow, they're just things that hit. Which is quite impressive. But 1-1 for the Bretonians after what looks like a really vicious game on the bashing front. That is pretty impressive, I would say. I don't think a lot of Bretonians... so I always think that's amazing when a Bretonian player can do that.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Impressive. Indeed.
Well, we have your game next.
Yeah. Can we not talk about that one?
Yeah, let's talk about that one.
To feel totally honest, last week for me sucked ass. I had one of the worst weeks this year, last week.
Yeah.
In general, and that also translates to the game itself.
Yeah, did you just like nothing succeeded?
Nothing really worked. He just outplayed me. I couldn't do shit, it felt like. Even though I fucking stood on his cage for like 8 turns, he just like, no, I'm just gonna block you off.
Yeah, he wiggled out of it.
Yeah, I wanna say that the dice did its job, but it was the injury dice that did its job, because I have a print screen that I'm gonna send to you.
Okay. Well, from the looks of it, 60 armor breaks to 24 blocks succeeded is pretty insane. Obviously, some of that would be fouling, of course, if he fouled you.
Okay, he did. And Mac and Helmund did a job as well on me. But let's just say that I was left with 2 throwers on the turn 16.
Just 2 throwers.
Two throwers. They were trying to score.
Well, you know, that is the pro of life, to be honest.
Yeah, and the more funny part was that the KO box were fucking full.
Well, well, the thing is, like, at least they were just KO.
Yeah, I mean, sure they were safe, but I was just annoyed.
Yeah.
I couldn't fucking get a break that game, and
Yeah, well, we'll go over that. Well done to Animal. Good result either way, but, you know, commiserations to Dr. Heck. But, you know, we go on to someone who's had a bit of a worse season than you, and that is Raz, who played Drastax Lizards with his Orcs.
Yeah.
And a 1-0 for the
1-0.
Lizards.
I mean, I looked into this because I heard some rumors about a dead Croxigo, so let me tell you the story about the dead Croxigo.
Okay.
Because it's a funny story and everybody should know about it. So, the Crocs walked up to the LS line, looked all scary, spiky tail and everything, you know. Splenna, the troll who got actually the MVP.
Yeah.
Walked up to the line. Looked even scarier with his immense tree-trunk arms, you know. And then the riot happened from the crowd. The troll got engaged and just swung about and knocked the bloody fucking teeth out the Croxigo. and the Croxy Boys no more.
Yeah, more than just the teeth, more like the brain matter right leak through
Yeah.
it. So.
And this was turn 2, aka turn 1, because of the riot.
Oh, well, that's
So,
vicious.
yeah, so that was really vicious, and I can see Drasek playing a very safe game from there. It was basically a sweet game, it looked like, for Raz.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he failed an early die on turn 4 or turn 6 or somewhere. And then failed his GFI after that, making the ball super open. Which Drasak, of course, just walked up and stole it. And then it was a fight for the ball. It all of a sudden were Drasek's turn, and then Drasak did the normal listen stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate to Raz. I think Raz will get there in the end in terms of
He
putting
will.
on board.
He will. He will.
Yeah, we have faith, but once again, Drastak, after like having a rough 2 weeks, he's now got back on top, and now he's once again found himself in winning ways.
Yeah, exactly.
But speaking of winning ways,
Yep.
Benny Boo has taken a knock to his playoff race when he lost this week 2-1 to Harmall's Just One Bite, the Dark Elves. And
yeah, Harmall's team isn't to play around with, it seems like.
no, well the thing is that this team was really busted up at the beginning of the game week.
Yeah,
he had 3 loners going into this game, which obviously 3 loners, 3 people on the line sorted.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
also something a bit crazy seemed to have happened in terms of the casualties. So Harmall had like no bench. He had 11 players, 3 of them were loners. He didn't buy anything also on inducements.
Yep. Okay.
And he got 1 injury, I guess, through the Might Blow Witch Elf. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
3 things were badly hurt for for poor Benny. He lost his troll and 2 of his blockers. So 2 of those must have been self-inflicted somehow. Benny, please tell us how that happened, because that's what happened. Did they like fail dodges, or did they skull out on someone and hurt themselves? Because because the thing is that although the injuries were kind of equal, a badly hurt on the guard linesman, a badly hurt on the witch elf, MNG on just a loner, so it doesn't matter. But the injuries otherwise seemed fairly equal, which is bad because the orcs really hate going down men, especially their 4 strength, way more than the Dark Elves hate going down players.
Yeah. The Dark Elves can play down people, but the orcs kind of can't. They need the whole team to be there.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is that when you lose like trolls and black orcs, depending on when you lose them, of course, that means you can easily be too ungrinded in comparison to a lot of other teams. You just can't put the pressure on, and you're either left with bad linesmen or your blitzers who get too stretched thin. And the scoreline of 2-1 for Harmall kind of maybe reflects that.
Yeah, so I'm a notoric greedy person, and I looked through the chat of the Discord to find the game, and a bit of a comment from Benny Boop last Thursday. I'm feeling slightly salty, but utterly, it was leaving the throw based at the edge of my cage that cost me the game.
Yeah.
So apparently he fucked something up.
In positioning.
And then, positioning, and then apparently it seems like... wait, can you look at the dodge statistics for Harmall? Just a quick one.
Yeah, he failed no dodges. He made 28 dodges and none of them failed.
Yeah,
which is which is what we call above the curve.
Yeah, that's above the curve. Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is a bit...
It might have been a bit of dice that have done this game justice towards Harmall.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when Dark Elves don't fail dodges, especially considering how little dodge there is on this team...
then all of a sudden they can become really scary.
But I will say this: 14 going for it for Benny Boo, and none of them failed either. So that's what we call going for it on the like above the curve. So you know,
very much so.
Land of contrast, let's say. Land of contrasts.
Land of contrasts, very much indeed so.
But that was the game week that has just gone.
Yep.
All the games played. Now we can move on to everyone's favorite part of the show, looking at the teams. Quite a few people got like one level up in quite unimportant places, but we'll try and cover everyone who we did see get a level up. Thing is that on REBBL.net, because I think maybe Rich's team just played the game.
Yeah.
We don't have an easy reference to Nabla and Rich's T's like level ups.
Exactly.
We'll look at Rich's T's and try and discern whether he's got a level up somewhere. I think he got a tackle. I think that tackle Blitzer Jim Jr. is new.
It feels like that tackle is new.
Yeah. So let's say he did get a level up. That was a tackle, and tackle's pretty good.
Tackle is good.
He's obviously going for the utility of it all. Don't really judge that. I still like the very much the standard. Give all these guard pieces Mighty Blow next. Because I just think that's a little bit more effective in trying to get damage output and win more.
Might actually, because I feel like that tackle is kind of directed at me.
Well,
a tiny bit, and the two other elf coaches, and the skinks and the ghouls, and I mean it's a good division to have tackling, guys.
That's true. I mean, I guess because of that move up, he can't really like quickly and easily put tackle on the Mighty Blow Blitzer. So he's like, well, I might as well have a tackle anyway, better than having a wrestle. So I don't really hate it. Good pickup anyway.
I believe the wrestle is new as well, as I just found the old video file from week 2. He didn't have the wrestle back then, at least.
Yeah. So that's also
those are new.
That's nice because that can become Rackle, and that become the perfect linesman. Right now, he still has, I think, because of the last game week, he still has the niggled guy who he needs to fire.
Also, Bill Jr. is new with his god, apparently.
Okay. So he's like... Rich's T has like a really efficient human team then. He has everything that he could possibly want on the human team.
I mean...
patch up or a strength up.
Yeah, but not to be that guy. Isn't Rich's T like a really, really good, famous human coach who know how to level up humans though? Kind of feels like it.
Yeah, but you still need to get the humans to that point, and as Animal has like suffered for the early part of the season, he just couldn't get anything on the blitzers because it is still very much you have to be in a dominant position to get stuff like get handoffs onto the blitzers. Or if you're not in a dominant position, you be in that sideline and you can score, but you're going to risk the 1 and 9, and a lot of coaches wouldn't do that. So,
exactly.
But this is a good team. This is once again showing why Rich's T is going to be our dark horse or potentially just eat straight up going forward for. Friends of the Anagrams, did they get? No, they didn't get anything. I don't think they didn't get anything. They just had like one death, and that was they lost a blocker. Yeah, they lost a blocker.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're not going to cover you, Falcon Milk, unfortunately. We already covered your insane pom piece. So
it's a dumb team.
You didn't get any level ups, did you?
I didn't get any level ups. I didn't even lost anything, so I'm very happy about that.
Oh, that's good. We're not going to cover you, unfortunately.
This is the first week that I haven't lost anything, so it's a bit of a like. I want to throw a party, with the elves that I still have left. Like, we are alive!
Well, now you can pick up, like, the extra catcher or, get your bench, maybe one day.
I'm arguing about it, and we will see.
Yeah, we will see. Next, we have Benny Boo, who did get level up. He did get level up, so we can cover.
Not Benny Boo, Russell.
Razil, Razil, that's what I mean. I was looking at Razil's team.
Don't pull a weak thing.
Yeah, I keep doing this. Whoops. Yeah, no, Raz also got level up. Now it's his troll. Ah, now I see. I remember. I remember.
Yep.
And the troll.
No, you're still Are you looking at Benny Boo's team or Rasul's team?
I'm looking at Raz's team.
Okay, because there's no bloody fucking troll.
Yeah,
on
no, he's
Raz's
fired
team.
it. He's fired it. He must have fired it. So let's go into REBBL.net. Let's go into the REBBL.net into Raz's team. Because it says on the thing, it says versus him versus just Rooney, he has a troll.
Wait,
So we go into the Green Raiders, previous players. What the fuck?
I don't know where you have gotten a troll off, mate, because he has never had a troll.
He has had a troll. He has.
No.
He has. I'm not being gaslighted here. We were talking about it. 100% had a troll. He had. Wait. Hold on.
Black Oak and Thrower, previous. That's all he had.
Yeah, I know.
No troll.
But we look at the REBBL.net matchup. I'm going to post this in the recappers corner. Recappers hideout.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, look. So unless.
Oh, it's a troll.
So did he induce a troll in his inducements?
He must have induced a troll.
Oh my god.
And then that got MVP. Oh no, now I start to feel bad for him.
No, that is horrible. Wait, I didn't realize that Raz
it's a
was
star player. Yeah, it's a star and loner.
Yeah, we
troll.
look at the TV. We look at the TV difference. They had a 1500, a 150 TV difference. Okay. Whoa. Okay.
I mean, that kind of just sucks. I was so happy for him.
Oh, I guess you didn't get any level ups, Raz. So
No.
yeah, we're not gonna cover your team.
Ah, shit.
Oh,
Sorry
that is
for that,
bad.
mate.
That's bad.
Ooh.
Well, the good thing is you don't have a
Well.
troll on your team because I hate trolls on an orc team. So you know.
I love trolls on an orc team. It did what it was meant to do, which was to kill the other big guy.
Yeah, it was successful, and that's kind of like, so it's kind of sad that you have 7 SBP on a Merc.
Yeah, oh no. I feel so bad for him, because I was sharing that game and so hyped up.
Yeah, like, oh, we can look at the troll. And you're like, where's the troll? Oh, this doesn't exist anymore.
Shit.
Wow.
Oh well.
Whoops. Okay, well, we'll go on to someone else now to save our face.
Yep.
Harmel got level up, so we can look at Harmel.
This is Harmold.
Yeah,
this is Harmold. Not the other guy.
Yeah. This isn't Bolt Plop.
Exactly.
And he got a Blitz level up. I think he got Conium Macalatin was the one who got a level up this time. So
let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, he got Linesman and yeah. So
yep.
Male
It
Toxin.
gained a dodge and he gained a witch and a lineman.
Yeah. So
and a wrestle. So quite a lot happened last game for him.
Second witch is amazing, obviously. Considering the first witch is already online, and now all your blitzes are online. Yeah, why not? That's great. That's a good time to purchase it, I'd say. He got a wrestle on Mighty Toxin. He has he has another blodge piece in that blitzer. This is a really nice looking team.
It is. The one factor that's gonna happen eventually is that Armor 7 Blitzer, Mighty Blow Blitzer that you have, will die eventually, and I would suggest that you save up the cash already now, Armold, to replace that as soon as you can when it dies.
Yeah.
It might survive the whole season. It might just do what my Blitzer did with Blodge and survive 2 turns.
Well, that's the thing with armor bust, it makes him invincible. So now that's safe from claw, and also I still think about my own little goblin on my team that has like 6 armor, but he just doesn't die. He gets mighty blow hit like every game. He just doesn't go off the pitch. That's all.
And you're just like, can you please die?
Oh no, I'm not. I don't want him to die. I don't want my goblin to die. He's got 2 heads and wrestle. I want him to live.
Oh shoot.
Now we actually get to Benny Boo, who did get a level up for real and isn't.
Yeah, this is a real level up.
Yeah, and he got on his adjunct blitzer. He got guard, so
yeah,
that's good.
Which I can understand.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. Because you need guard. You need as much guard as you can possibly get on an orc team.
Yep.
And yeah, so even though he had a bit of a bad game week in that 2-1 loss. he picked up something very, very nice. This team is looking very, very solid.
Still on.
There's not a single thing I really hate about this team. Even if he has a troll, which I don't like, as I said, he has blocked, so he's already the perfect troll.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the only thing that can make the troll better is basically a movement up, I believe.
I would say
just
strength
so-
up. I would say strength up.
Yeah, but you don't really tend to need the strength up on an orc team because of the spam guard that you have everywhere.
That's true,
The
but
trolls
like
position and
the troll, I think is most useful just being roadblock. If that got like
yeah,
guard, stand firm, and also strength up, that would
yeah.
be all I need. I wouldn't want him to even block. It's not about like getting the assists in or anything. It's just like having that piece. Just like, okay, stand there, no one can get you off unless they try and dodge. And against like human teams or ad-free teams, that's how our troll would be perfect.
Yeah.
For me personally, but that's good. That's a good pickup for Benny Boo. That's a good pickup.
It really is.
Drastak didn't get any level ups. He did lose players, as we've said, though.
Yeah, he lost his poor Croxigal.
He did. He lost his poor Coxador.
He did.
And
But
also,
I mean, with 190k bank, it shouldn't be a problem for him.
yeah.
As he have lost a Saurus.
He's also lost a Saurus. It's obviously like you can do this. You can buy Crocs this week and then next week have hopefully enough money for the Saurus, because the Saurus is like just MG essentially. Well, he's moved down, but you can keep a 5 movement Saurus for quite a bit. It doesn't make him like the worst in the world. You just need to like make sure he doesn't get any SPP.
Yeah, which is kind of hard on a Saurus team because you can't really control who's punching who unless you're a really good player.
Yeah.
So, because punches will come if people stand around the Sauruses, naturally.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, I mean, he's still in a good spot though.
Yeah, he has so much money that something like this happening where he just loses a player and another player like is potentially in the dustbin. He has the money to either in the long term replace it, or in the short term almost replace both of the things immediately. It just depends on what Drastak sees. Like, is this a crisis moment where he has to spend all his money really quickly, or does he get the Croxagore to make sure that he has something going into next game week, while keeping the source around to see like if he has the money to replace it soon, or it's like going to do a job anyway. Because it's not that it's obviously the Saurus as being 6 movement is one of the reasons it's so good, but it being just as fast as a Chaos Warrior still makes it a really quite speedy 4 strength piece.
Yeah, and it's weirdly enough that no one wants to stand near a Croxigal, or a Troll, or an Ogre, or a big guy in general, because that fucking big guy will punch the living shit out of your people, and when it hurts bad.
Yeah. So, unfortunate kind of week for Drastak, but he has the money to recover from it.
Oh, very much so.
We go on to Animals human team now.
Yeah.
I think he got level ups. Wait, no.
Yeah, I mean, it was a kind of a boring game for us. He got back his players, and he got a dirty player level up on Cloud.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got a dirty player. Which is alright. It's perfectly fine.
I mean, it's a good human team.
The thing is, he unless he went mad on Legolas or Gandalf, he couldn't get any more blitzes to level up, so fair enough. He didn't.
Sorry for that, y'all.
Yeah, we're also recording this incredibly early in the morning. Well, for us at least.
So, exactly. So sorry for the. I'm gonna try to hype up myself. Yeah. He also bought a 12th lineman,
which he needs with the dirty player. Now he has a fouling game, so he has a removal game while he doesn't. He has the Mighty Blow Ogre, but the Ogre is unreliable.
Yep.
He doesn't have his Mighty Blow Blitzer yet. So yeah, that could be a great equalizer. Not too exciting in the game week, but
no, but stuff happened.
King Can got some good stuff though.
He got a lot of stuff.
So King Can picked up
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, King Can picked up dirty player on Mr. T the zombie, which is fair enough. It was either that or firing him at that point, so why not just have him be a dirty player. He picked up guard on the white, which
Yep.
I do like.
I like it. I like it.
Lord Varga will get Mighty Blow, become the killer white in no time. Major Mutilator can just be your great supporting white. Probably get Mighty Blow after this. What else did he pick up?
He picked up a zombie.
He picked up a zombie, definitely.
Man who had ass. And Meat Bicycle, the ghoul.
Yeah. So he has like a massive team.
Yeah, and a Wrestle Ghoul.
Wrestle Ghoul, yeah, that was the thing he picked up. I think. Yeah.
I would argue that I don't agree with Mr. T's dirty player.
But the thing is, like, it's either at this point Fend or dirty player. I mean, you could give him tackle, but I don't like tackle block zombies. I think they're useless.
I would rather seen tackle, or even I would rather seen fuck, it escaped me. Fend.
Yeah, Fend's good. Fend's good.
Because you don't want to take out your own 80k player, right?
Yeah, well, like, it's just a zombie, and he has such a wide bench that it doesn't really like. It's not a massive hurt.
But let's say if he's facing a really low team value, 80k is almost 2 bribes. It's closer to 2 bribe or 2 babes and a bribe than it is to something else. And getting that sent out immediately will hurt.
So for King Khan, if he does see the inducement game swing against him, he can fire at that. But I still think that a dirty player when he has no dirty player yet is quite important. And I would say if he gets the dirty player on the skeleton, fire Mr. T. But for now, I would keep it because dirty player
keep it around because it's still a good solid zombie. But
yeah, definitely. And it keeps it like standing upright a lot of the time because of that block.
Yeah, it does.
So now we have Nabla's team. He picked things up. We think he got the sidestep. I think that was.
Yeah, the sidestep is new. And nothing more really. Yeah, nothing else is new. Just the sidestep. And you guys who have played me already know how fucking of a pain Blodge sidestep is.
Yeah,
so have fun with that, guys. Yeah. He has a worse elf than me.
I hate that. That Blitzer is really good.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Apart from the edge up, not too exciting, but you know, edge up is worth its weight in gold. This team is still really efficient and effective. It's still nothing on the second catcher, but I'm sure Nabla will get there in the end with that.
Yep, I think so as well.
So Mego, poor Mego.
Poor Mego.
So
this is the story.
We mentioned again that he paid 9 price for his victory, and he did.
Yep.
Firstly, he got a level up. Let's talk about level up. He got a guard piece on his zombie, which is like the perfect role you can get for a zombie, apart from maybe a strength up. A lot of people swear by strength up zombies, and I don't play undead or I don't play necro.
Strength up zombies?
Yeah, apparently people play with strength up zombies and go, actually, it gives them a great like pivot point in the when they're playing their games. It gives them a great pivot point, a column to like rotate around. A lot of people struggle to see like the positional advantage you can get by having that strength up zombie, essentially being like another flesh golem, minus the stand firm. So I see.
I mean, I can see it, but at the same time, I can't see it.
Yeah. Well, you know, different strokes for different folks, I suppose. But
yeah,
guard is good. But
guard's good.
The big thing is he lost his Blodge Wolf. Whoops.
Yeah, the Blodge Wolf is a gun. So also keep on the thought to make it into the bounty sheet that it's dead. Because it's bountied.
Yeah, it's one. Well, yeah, it's bountied in the thing, and it's also for fangs, for the no fangs competition. That's $1 that goes towards REBBL.
Exactly. Yep.
So
yeah, and guys, keep in mind that you need to go in and sign up those bounties that you rack on that I've signed up for every team as well.
Yeah, so if you don't know what the bounty sheet is, ask us and we'll link you it.
Yep.
Because there was like $5 on that, I think it was.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Blodge isn't too exciting of a wolf. Let's say something for Nego. It wasn't too exciting of a wolf. If it didn't get anything more, then a lot of people would think about recycling it.
Yep.
The good thing is that your Mighty Blow Wolf still exists, it's still alive.
Yep, very much so. And I mean, he has almost the cash to replace one. After one game now, he will most likely just replace it. And I mean, he paid the iron price to have he got the flesh golem last week. He didn't have any guard on.
Yeah.
As we looked through the team, but now he does have guard, so he probably picked guard before the game.
Yeah.
And then got a guard zombie, which is also very good.
Yeah,
so I mean, this is still a solid team.
The team still is getting somewhere, even if it keeps going backwards.
Yeah. I believe it's like one of those seasons for Necro team to just like go meh.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it feels like Shubstep's team is going meh, his team is going meh. I know at least two other Necro teams that are going meh at the moment as well. So.
Well, at the same time they play Necro, and
exactly.
I don't like playing Necro.
They should be faulted for playing Necro.
Yeah, definitely. The next team is Boltplop's Dark Elves.
Yep.
And he got.
Actually said he got a lot of stuff.
He got Blodge on the Edge Up guy, which is fantastic. He got Dodge on the Runner. Fair enough. And the Blitzer got Blodge again.
And God.
Yeah, well, fantastic. Yeah, did he get guards? No, guard was
guard.
Guard was the
one guard Blitzer.
Yeah, well, Blitzer was. I think that was like from last week.
Yep.
Well, those are 3 levels he got this time. So now he has a team of 5, 6, 7.
And Block Witch.
So now this is Boltplop's in the realm where he can think about getting his second witch. I think he has the money. Yeah, he has the money definitely. They're 1100 or 11.
Yep. Exactly. I mean, this is starting to look like a scary team.
Yeah. After a pretty rough beginning of the season, losing to Benny and to Drastak, just a 2-2 this game week, but it's looking to stabilize a little bit. So, congratulations to Boltplop, because his team is looking really quite nice.
It is. Yeah.
It's standard, so there's not too much to say about it. But
I mean, it's just good roll-ups, really.
Yeah, he has more blodge, he has more dodge. He can play keep away and dodging rather than just trying to block, as a lot of Dark Elves like to do in the start of their journey, their life. Yeah, I'm happy with this team. Not much to say.
Yep.
The Nurgle didn't get anything again.
I mean, a Rotter, but...
Yeah, got Rotter.
New Pestigo.
The new Pestigo, yeah. So it did get... Okay, it got 1 or 2 things, but nothing in terms of skill ups, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That Pestigo is very close to getting Mighty Blow, in which case it would be kind of scary for the entire division, but it needs Vanity Pass to do so.
Very much so.
Yeah, so, innovation, think about Vanity Passing that Pestigore. Even you could do that like literally turn 1 if you were like, okay, well I just want to make sure that I have the level up on the board.
Yeah, and I mean the main thing also is that the Rotters are actually Agi 3, so you can pass to iRotter.
Yeah,
funny enough.
Definitely.
Rotter Ball is a thing within Nurgle.
Yeah, definitely. So there's not too much about that team, but Zar got something. Let's see. So Zar leveled up a Gut Runner, and that Gut Runner got Wrestle.
Yeah.
Which is that's good. You need your Saka to be online. You need the Saka and Gut Runner really badly, and well, there you go. It's also going to be more protected because now both downs don't hurt it.
Yeah, and the thrower from week 2 got a block.
Yeah. So if we're looking at this team, I would say you should probably keep this Edge down line rat. He just doesn't stand up.
Oh yeah, he put it on the LOS line and hope that it dies.
Yeah, and
no apparites.
And now even if he wants next game week, Zahu can get two line rats and have a bench. So
yeah,
Our recommendations are here, although, you know, keeping the team value quite low so you can get wizards in that against some of the higher TV guys and more developed guys is appealing. You might want to think about protecting that almost one-turner really badly.
Yeah, it's the core of your team at the moment, as your Stormvermin haven't leveled up to get Claw yet. But as fast as your Stormvermin gets Claw, and that Gutter Runner is up to pace, it's looking to be a really scary game.
Yeah, definitely. But that was the last team we could cover for this game week. But I just want to cover the admin team. So we'll now go on to our quick fire predictions for game week 5, because we are now 45 minutes in.
Okay. Yeah, let's
quick fire round. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
Zahu versus Mego. Skaven versus Necromantic. My personal view is going to be 2-1, 3-1 to the Skaven.
Yeah, same. 2-1 Skaven.
Yep. There's not enough players on the team that are positionals, in my view, to stop a really fast team like the Skaven. So Mega will struggle.
Yep.
High Elves versus Dark Elves for me, and that's Bolt Plops. Dark Elves.
Yeah, that's Bolt Plops.
2-2.
2-2. Yeah. 2-2.
Both teams are really developed. Both teams have lots of blodge. Hard to stop them scoring.
Yep.
Now we have the Undead
Hands on the
versus Undead versus the Nurgle. I would say
1-1.
No, I say 2-1.
1-0.
I say 2-1 because in my view, I think the Nurgle can score, but the thing is that there's just so much guard in this team for the Undead that they can really smash apart even a 4-strength team like the Nurgle. Yeah,
I can see where you're coming from. Yep.
We have a Humanoff. That is Animal versus Richard T.
2-1.
2-1 in the favor of Richard T. Just because there is one instance more of guard on the Richard T's side, which is potentially quite swingy. But then again, I think it could also be 2-1 potentially to Animal because of that agile catcher. So you just don't know.
It could be.
It depends. I think it depends on who gets the kick.
And who gets the snowballing rolling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Snowball rolling.
So it's hard to predict this one. I think it's a 2-1 either way.
Yep, 2-1.
Yeah. We have the Bretonians versus the Lizards. And in my opinion, this is the Bretonians are facing the Lizards in the best time they can. The Lizards will be down a single strength 4 piece or strength 5 piece potentially.
Yep.
And also, they're fine facing Lizards because of all the Dauntless.
Oh yeah, very much so. Bretts are almost a counter to Lizards, I would say.
Completely, and there's not a lot of block apart from 1 or 2 block like guard and block might blow on Drastax's team. So if you had to ask like what do you think the score was going to be, I was going to say 2-1 to the Bretonians. This is the only times I'll say Bretonians have a really good matchup here.
Yeah, the only thing that the Bretonians are lacking is tackle for those pesty skinks, but he will most likely get around that with the poor man's tackle with that frenzy blitzer that he got.
Definitely. You now have Benny versus you, so that's Orcs versus Pro Elves.
Yeah, I'm gonna root for Benny here. My season isn't the best, and I'm struggling to keep up.
I would say it depends on the sort of removals and when they happen. If they happen later on, then I would say you have a good chance to 2-1 him or 3-1 him. But at the same time, the Agile Blitzer.
The Agile Blitzer. And I know that Benny is a good coach as well. So it's going to be a rough match for me. It
could be a rough match. It's like one of those deals that's going to be like a 2-1 towards the Orc, because he just smashes you apart. And even if you can score quite easily, because you have such amazing offensive prowess as a Pro Elf team, he can still, just grind you. So 2-1 is probably most accurate.
Very much so. Very much so.
And then we have just one more bite: the Dark Elves of Harmel versus Raz. I'm gonna be bold and say 2-1 towards Raz because I just want him to get a win on the board, because it's never nice having like a guy be at 0-0-4.
Yeah, I sincerely hope that Raz have taken into consideration and maybe even talked a bit to Benny about what he needs to do and not whatnot, and see if he can take some wisdom there.
Exactly, and if Raz is a coach who wants to like get better at orcs, or hasn't played orcs before and wants to find like YouTubers or whatever to see what they say about playing orcs and all that kind of thing, I would give 2 recommendations. One, I think Darvo has a bunch of games on his channel about him playing it. Yeah, him playing it in what's it called? Where was he playing it? Playing Champs Ladder, and he also plays it on OC. He also plays an OCC, but his OCC team's a little bit more fast and loose. So maybe check out Darvo's team. Otherwise, there's a great YouTube channel by the player Dionysian, who is really good in CCL. Also a fantastic tabletop coach. He has a few series or a few episodes on orcs as well. And he was playing in CCL as well, which is obviously a different environment than the league. But what's good about him is he talks about sort of the deeper philosophy of Blood Bowl and what he sees as like the game is a game of getting equity and what is a bad decision and when it's a bad decision. So,
or you can always reach out to the busiest man of REBBL, Superfed, if you'd like.
Not Harringsword, who is the laziest man REBBL, as we've seen.
No, exactly. Nope. All Papa Nasty. I mean, there's like shit ton of good orc coaches, and trust me, they are willing to help you out if you want help.
Don't be dissuaded by, of course, by Papa Nasty being called the, or having, there's the Papa Nasty score of LOS, which is all man's on LOS. Don't be dissuaded by that. He is, of course, a good pedigree of a coach. But yeah,
he's super friendly.
Plenty of people in the division to talk to, or the league to talk to. There's also YouTube out there. But yeah. But otherwise, I would say 2-1, hopefully, to Raz.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is now the end of the game week's predictions, and that's the end of the show.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, we hope to get this out to you today. That will be Wednesday, the 1st of May. So, yeah, fantastic. I hope you all have a fruitful and exciting game week, and we will catch you next week. It's roughly the same time, same place.
Yeah. Catch you on the flip side, guys.
Yep, see ya.